Hello and welcome to the video. Now in this video we're going to finish off the series of videos looking at the losing trick count. So just to summarise the previous videos, we covered how to count our losers and how we bid when we find an 8 card fit or better in a major and we've got between 6 and 12 high card points. This shows us how to raise to 2 or 3 or 4 of that major. Now in this instance, partner is going to open and it immediately shows that we've got a fit in a major. But we've counted our points and we've got 13 or more, and this tells us that we're too strong to raise straight to game. We have to differentiate between strong hands and weak hands. And so if we're going to raise 1 heart to 4 hearts with a 7 loser hand but only 6 points, then we have to treat that differently than when we've actually got 13 or 14 or more high card points and enough losers and so on to go to game. So what do we bid then if we can't raise partner's major? Well, the answer is we bid a different suit. Now there is another convention known as Jacobi, and I will do another video on that one at a later point, which allows you to show you've got a good fit and a good raise and so on. So that's a really useful convention to add into your armory. But for now, let's just go through this sort of nice and basic. It's a very everyday occurrence. So here are some example hands. In the first one on the left, we can see we've got 13 high card points. And if partners to open 1 heart, great, this is good news. We've got a fit in the major, and we need to start counting our points and counting our losers. And just for the fun of it, we can count our losers. We've got 1 losing club, a losing diamond, 2 losing heart, and 1 losing spade. And so we know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losers. Got plenty to go to game. But we can't raise 1 heart to 4 hearts, so the bid that we make here would be 1 spade. Now don't forget that bidding a new suit is 100% forcing, so after 1 heart, 1 spade, partner can't pass, and after they've described their hand with their second bid, we'll know where we want to go, whether we're going to be playing in 4 hearts, maybe 4 spades, or maybe we might want to investigate a slam. So after 1 heart, 1 spade, but what happens if partner is to open 1 spade? Well, in this instance, we just respond 2 hearts. Again, it's 100% forcing, and it shows at least a 9 or 10 count, and it also shows 5 hearts. And don't forget that's a conventional sort of system. After 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts shows at least 5 hearts. So that's perfectly fine and nice and easy. In the next hand, again, we've got too many points to go straight to game. In this case, we've got 14 high card points. If we count our losers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losers. So everything here is telling us we need to be in game. But again, we can't go straight to game. So after 1 heart, just like the previous hand, we'll just bid 1 spade, and then we'll find the correct place to play. Now in this instance, if after 1 spade, we've got more of a problem. We can't respond 2 hearts because that shows 5 and we've only got 5 of them. So what do we bid? Well, the answer is 2 clubs. We're just bidding a natural 3 card suit there. And don't forget that, again, just like 1 heart, 1 spade is 100% forcing, 1 spade, 2 clubs is 100% forcing. So any new suit at the 1 or 2 level there is forcing. So after the opener is rebid, we can then decide on what's the best contract. And again, that might be 4 hearts or 4 spades. But then again, we might be looking for a slam. Now in this hand, partner opens a heart. We've got the same nice and easy response of 1 spade. But after 1 spade open from partner, we've got difficulties. We don't have 5 hearts and we don't have a 3 card minor. So what do we bid? And the answer is we just have to invent a bid, and I would bid 2 clubs there. Now partner would have every right to expect us to have at least 3, but we always know that we're not going to be playing in clubs. The partner's never going to raise from 1 spade, 2 clubs, 5 clubs. If your partner ever does that, what that tells you is you probably need a different partner, or they need to come to lessons. So we're perfectly safe in bidding 2 clubs. It's a lie, but it lies to everybody. Partner will be just as surprised as anybody else that we've only got a doubleton. Now, this is the sort of hand that later on, what we would do is the Jacobi raise, but as I said, I'll cover that in another video. But for now, just find a bid, 2 clubs, and then later on we can find the right contract. So the first big thing to remember now, after 1 of a major, 2 of a minor just shows at least 3 cards in that suit and enough points to bid at that level. It's essentially saying, please bid again, partner, describe your hand, and then we'll find the correct contract. So I just want to take this hand here and go through some potential bidding sequences, and let's see if we can decide how we want to bid those. So here's the hand. On the right, I'll give a bidding sequence like this. So partner opens 1 heart. This is our hand, and we respond 1 spade. Then partner bids 2 diamonds. Now, we then have to decide, after every bid then, let's reevaluate our hand and see what the best bid should be. So if you want to pause the video now. Okay, so after 2 diamonds, this shows 5 hearts, because they bid hearts first, and at least 4 diamonds. So we're looking at around a 5-4 shape. It could be a bit longer, but at least 5-4. And the high card points are around that 11 to 14, maybe a poor 15 on occasion. But we know we've got the fit, and so at this point we'll just go straight to 4 hearts. We're happy with that. But we know that we're not missing a slam because partners describe their hand as being weak. In the next sequence, partner opens a heart, we bid a spade, and partner bids 2 spades. What should we bid? Okay, so again we've got to evaluate the hand. So partner showing 5 hearts and 4 spades. And how many points do they have? Usually around the 11 to 14. And they're showing also a 7 loser hand because they've got a fit in the major. They've done a losing trick count raise there. And because they haven't done a jump, we know that they're no better than the normally expected 7 losers. And so again, this tells us that we're not far enough or not strong enough to go to game with the 2 hands combined. And so 4 spades or 4 hearts is the right contract. Which is the right contract? Well, I prefer in this instance to play in 4 spades. Now, you might think that's because I'm greedy in the bidding and I'm going to play them. But actually, normally I'd rather the partner to play because most of my partners play better cards than I do. But the reason I want to play in 4 spades in this instance is because of my diamonds. Now, I'm worried that maybe the ace and queen are on my left. And so if partner is to play in 4 hearts, if they find a diamond lead, my king is exposed to the ace and queen that's over them. Whereas if I was to play in 4 spades, the lead comes from my left. And so no matter where the ace and queen are, my king is protected if they were to lead a diamond at trick 1. So just purely for that reason, I think that playing in spades is better. There are other reasons as to why 4-4 hands play better than 5-4 and so on. But we'll cover that in videos when we look at a sort of card play. So the next sequence then, 1 spade from partner, 2 clubs from us, and 2 hearts from partner. So what's the correct response from us? Well, here we have a similar sort of choice between 4 spades or 4 hearts. The reason being is that partners bid weakly. They bid showing 5 spades, 4 hearts, and weak numbers of points. So we know that we're not in a slam. So we've just got to decide which contract to play in. And on the night, anything can happen. But typically, I'd prefer to play there in 4 hearts, playing the 8 card fit, the 4-4 fit, rather than a 5-4 fit. It might strike you as a bit bizarre, but there are reasons behind that. So we'll cover that in another video. So let's say the bidding sequence is 1 spade from partner, 2 clubs from us, but then 3 hearts from partner. What do we know about partner's hand? Well, now they're showing a strong hand. Now, they're still only showing 5-4 shape, but they're showing at least 16 high card points there. So with their 16 points and our 14 points, we're getting close to the slam. And should we be investigating the slam? Well, I think because we've got at least a 9 card fit in spades and at least an 8 card fit in hearts, we have this double fit. I think it's well worth investigating there. I won't go through how you investigate the slam. I will have a video done on slam bidding. But just for now, it's enough to know that actually it's looking like we're in a good position to go to a slam, at least investigate that. How about after a 1 heart open, 1 spade from us, and then 2 no trumps from partner? What's this now showing us? Well, the 2 no trump bid there shows us 17 or 18 points. Had they rebid 1 no trump, that's the 15 or 16. If they rebid 3 no trumps, we know that they got around a 19 count. So 2 no trumps is 17 or 18. So we add that to our points, and we know we're in that sort of 31, 32 point sort of range. but we also know that we have a good fit in heart, and so we do have a decision to make now about whether to investigate a slam or not. Now it is a little bit borderline, and actually it's not such a great hand. It's very balanced, there isn't anywhere to run along suit, and if partner's very balanced, it's probably not strong enough, but we may well do a little investigation. Again, we'll cover that in a later video. So you can see the general principles then of how we deal with strong hands. We just bid something else first, find out what partner has. If they're just your average weak hand with sort of 5-4 type shape, that sort of hand, we'll just bid to gain. But we're given the opportunity for partner to show a good strong hand, which means that we can then go on and bid a slam on those few hands where it works. So I hope that you found that useful. Look out for some more videos in the near future. Thank you.